Great. Ladies and gentlemen,
today we're doing two assignments. It's 4.6 and 6.4 and 6.5. We're going to be working with unit rates like we have been for the last few days, but we're going to be adding some application today. Like what would it be like in real life, okay? So I have some steps up here for transforming units when you're multiplying and dividing quantities. So step one, you're going to write the problem with the correct label. Step two, you're going to find the two opposite labels that are on opposite sides, but the same label, and then cross them out. And then step three, you're going to solve keeping the single label for your answer. It sounds a little bit confusing. It's not once you see it. So I want you guys in your math journals. We're going to skip. The story problem. We're going to come back to that last. So I need you guys to move in your math journals to problems A and B. We're going to start with problem A. So for the first part of your assignment on 6.4, you're going to be given something like this, for example. So it would be 20 miles over 1 gallon times 9 gallons. You're going to get to practice like solving it, but I want to give you like the application for it as well. Raise your hand if you have ever been in a vehicle with your mom or your dad and they got gas. Anyone in here? You got gas? Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever heard your parents comment on gas like, gas is expensive, gas is cheap, this vehicle gets poor gas mileage, we got a good car that gets many, like good gas mileage, bad gas mileage, many miles per gallon, that type of thing. Okay. So I want you guys to close your mind, in your mind, think about what you would, what your dream car would be, your dream vehicle. Dream vehicle. Okay, think of your dream vehicle, and then think of like a practical vehicle that you could get. Like your parents are not going to go and buy you a Lamborghini when you can start driving. That'd be cool, but they're not going to. Tell your partner a practical, like a vehicle you actually could get for your first vehicle. What would you want? 5 more seconds. Okay, I need all eyes up here in 3, 2, 1, and 0. Oh, when I get to 0, and if I let you chat about something like this, I need you back with me, please, when I get to 0. Thank you, friends. Okay, by raise of hands, how many of you, your dream vehicle is a car? Like a car, an actual car, and it looks like a car. Raise your hand if your dream vehicle is like an SUV. Anyone? Your dream vehicle is an SUV? No. Raise your hand if your dream vehicle is a minivan. Oh, yeah. Okay. Raise your hand if your dream vehicle is like a truck, a pickup truck. Look. Okay. So if your dream vehicle is a truck, like you want a Ford F-250, like lifted, right? Doesn't that sound fun? Okay. Did you know that they don't get very good gas mileage? Yeah. Okay. So here's real world application right here. So 20 miles for 1 gallon. That's kind of realistic. If you're going to get a truck, you would be looking at like 20 miles per gallon. Some trucks get even less miles per gallon, depending on like how new it is and that type of thing. So 20 miles per gallon, okay? They make some cars that get like 35, 40 miles per gallon, so you don't have to get gas as frequently. But for this scenario, we have 20 miles per gallon, and then we're going to multiply it by 9 gallons. So, step one, I wrote the problem with all of the correct labels. Okay, when I'm multiplying fractions, remember we multiply top to top, bottom to bottom. So we're going to put 9 gallons over 1. Okay. So we're just talking about, we're just going to put it over 1, okay? So now I'm ready to solve this. Step 2, find the two opposite labels and cross them out. So we're looking at opposites, like we were going diagonally. Do you see two labels up here that are the same? They're in opposite places, but they are the same. Do you see them? Josh sees them. At least Josh is paying attention to me. Dakota sees them. Tell me, friends, what are my same labels up here?
1 gallon.
Gallons, right? Gallons. So I'm going to cross off gallons. You can work with me in your math journal. We're going to cross off gallons. Okay. And so for my answer, I'm going to take out gallons, and I am left with one label. What label am I left with here? Gallons or miles? What am I left with? Miles. So I know that my answer is going to be in miles. All right. Okay, so I have 20 miles over 1 gallon times 9 gallons over 1. We're going to cross off gallons. And so now, when I multiply 1 times 1, I know that it's going to be 1. So we actually we don't even do anything with our bottom numbers. We really just focus on our top numbers, okay? So I have 20 miles times 9 gallons. So I'm going to keep, we got rid of gallons. I apologize. So it's 20 miles times 9. So we're going to keep our miles label, and we're going to do some math, and we're going to do 20 times 9.
180.
Oh, I'm sorry. Talk out. Thank you. I want money for that. 9 times 0 is, everyone.
0.
There you go. 9 times 2 is 18. Okay, so it's 180. Okay. So I know that in the problem, 20 miles over 1 gallon times 9 gallons, my answer is going to be 180 miles. Okay. In order to get full credit for your assignment, you have to have the correct label. My correct label here is miles. Okay? So that's the first part, is when we are going to be multiplying them. So your second example, example B, we're going to follow the same rules. But before we solve this, I need to ask you a question. Raise your hand if you've ever heard someone say, this many square feet, or this many square inches, or square yards. Wilton, you've never heard that? You've never heard of square feet? Okay. So I have 1 foot here. Okay. Square feet, it means I have a box right here, and this is 1 square foot. Okay. It's 1 square foot. So it means that it is 1 foot wide and 1 foot long. Okay. So when we see this. We're actually going to write square feet differently. We are going to make our nice long fraction division line, and we're going to write 315. But instead of writing square feet, we're going to write feet by feet. We're going to do feet multiplied by feet. So we're going to say 315 feet that have been multiplied across and down. And then we're going to put it over 5 feet. So I did step 1. I wrote the problems with the correct labels. So step 2, I'm going to find my labels that are in opposite places, one on the top, one on the bottom, and I'm going to cross them out. What can I cross out on the top and the bottom? Feet. I'm going to cross off feet off the top, feet off the bottom, and then I'm left with feet. Okay? It's just a good habit to be in, so that way you guys are used to looking for something to cross off. Okay? So we're going to cross off feet, and then we're left with feet. So now, I have 315 feet over 5. What does this line mean? If I had to say that it was going to be the way that we were going to work with numbers, does it mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Everyone tell me.
Division.
Division, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and box up. I'm going to box up 315, and I'm going to divide it by 5. 315, we're going to divide it by 5. 5 goes into 3 how many times?
6.
5 goes into 3. Hi, good morning, afternoon, after lunch class. 5 goes into 3 how many times? 0. 5 goes into 31 how many times? 6. 6 times 5 is? 30. 31 minus 30 is? 1. Check it. Is 1 smaller than 5? Yes. So I'm going to bring down my 5. 5 can go into 15 how many times? 3. 3 times 5 is? 15. I'm going to subtract it equals 0. So 315 square feet divided by 5 feet is 63 feet. And I keep my label as feet. Gentlemen in the back, I hope you're writing this in your math journal so that we're ready to move on. Okay. Like if it said square miles? Okay. Well, one's when you're multiplying, and then one's when you're dividing. So, I mean, be aware of that, and it is what we're working on today. One's when you're multiplying, one's when you're dividing. Angelo.
Do we have to write like the whole word feet when we're doing the homework?
You can write an abbreviation for it. You can write an abbreviation for it. That's fine. So, an example of this would be if you were building some odd, weird shed in the back of your, at the back of your yard. It would be 315 square feet. It would mean that it was 5 feet wide and then 63 feet long. Okay. All right. And then we're going to move to the story problem, and this is the last part of your assignment today. This is what you're going to be working on for the bottom of 6.4 and the whole page of 6.5. It's story problem, okay? So we're going to label this as section C. I need someone who is nice and loud, who would like to read about Helen for us. Felicia, read about Helen for us, please.
Helen rode her bike. She rode 8 miles in 32 minutes. How many miles per minute did she ride?
Perfect. Okay, so Helen went for a bike ride, and she rode 8 miles in 32 minutes. That's just a nice, comfortable pace, right? Okay, by a raise of hands, how many of you are like, I'm not really sure the best way to go about solving this? Okay. Okay. I'm going to put something up here, and I'm going to see if you feel a little bit better about solving this. Raise your hand if you know how to solve this. Come on, friends, take a look at it. Osvaldo, have you seen equivalent ratios before where you're solving for an unknown value? Colton's nodding his head. Yeah, we know how to solve this. So I want to talk you guys through this because you're going to be given story problems similar to this, and I want you to know how to do it, okay? So step 1, we are going